Don't look now, but baseball season is finally here, baby. Now, look, before the Chicago White Sox take on the defending NL Central champs, the Milwaukee Brewers, tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to discuss a few of my expectations for the upcoming year for the good guys. It's your boy, Big Kev. We're going to get into today's content right after the intro.
Welcome to Chicago White Sox Central, your number one place for all Sox news and content.
Good morning, Chicago White Sox fans. Welcome to another episode of Chicago White Sox Central, your number one spot for all things Chicago White Sox related. Is Big Kev holding it down for the South Side. Y'all already know what to do. Hit me up at Big Kev from the Side or Sox Central Pod or White Sox Central at Gmail, Chicago White Sox Central at gmail.com. Listen, man, y'all about to see a whole lot of my face. Baseball season is here. Tomorrow is opening day for the rest of the league. Opening night is tonight. It's one game tonight, but we're talking about for the whole Major League Baseball. Tomorrow is opening day. We got the Chicago White Sox taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. So expect pregame, late night, because I work, most days. So like late night recaps of the games and just daily content, man. I'm excited to be able to have something to talk about every single day. Hopefully you guys are going to be right here with me. Expect highlights as well in real form as I'm at work, looking down at my phone when my bosses ain't around, trying to create highlights for you guys for the games as they're happening. But let's get right into today's content, man. We all know how things have gone for the Chicago White Sox in recent seasons, ever since Tim Anderson got knocked the F out, man, by Jose Ramirez and the Cleveland Guardians. The once promising team tailspin out of control. 3 straight 100 loss seasons. Later, we can now say the Chicago White Sox will be fun to watch again. And this season, the future is now. Every single manager, coach, and player from that regime that got knocked out has moved on, including Luis Robert Jr., the last domino to fall. And the Chicago White Sox now have a clean slate and higher expectations than they've had for the last 3 seasons. Now, let's get into what I believe will happen this year, starting with pitching. Last year, number one pick of the Rule 5 draft, Shane Smith shocked everyone by emerging as the number one starting pitcher for the South Side. Now, notice I did not say ace, though, because even though he did make the All-Star team, had the league not required at least one representative from each team, he might not have even made the All-Star team overall. But that's neither here nor there. If he had an All-Star, it was Shane Smith. So shout out to him. And listen, I love Shane Smith. He was by far my favorite member of the Chicago White Sox last season, but his inconsistency left a lot to be desired, especially during the middle months of the summer. July and August was a rough stretch for him. Now, we did see him close out the season strong versus the Washington Nationals. He took a no-hitter into, I believe, the 6th or 7th inning for the last game of the season, and he got a W. So hopefully, he'll be able to build upon what was a promising season last year. He did go 7-8 with a 3.81 ERA and 145 strikeouts last year, but a lack of run support in many of his starts led him to not being at least a 10-game winner. Now, this season, he'll have to prove that he's more than just a fastball thrower and develop a reliable second pitch to fool batters if he wants to become a true ace for the Southsiders. But if Smith can stay healthy, now that this offensive lineup has a little bit more pop in it and should score more runs, I believe he will actually cross that double-digit win threshold and win about 12 to 14 games. Now, that's my expectations for Shane Smith this season. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Do you believe that Shane Smith can win between 12 and 15 games, 12 and 14 games or so, or not? Let me know what y'all think. Now, the rest of the starting rotation will not look the same by season's end. You can quote me on that one. Anthony Kay, Davis Martin, Sean Burke, and Eric Fetty They're going to have to blow us and the rest of the White Sox organization away. Before I get into a pause a moment there, they're going to have to blow us away if they're going to hold off the likes of the guys waiting in the wings, Tanner McDougal, Hagen Smith, Noah Schultz. I expect all three of these prospects to be on the roster by mid-summer. They're going to take somebody's spot, and it's most likely not going to be Shane Smith's, but the rest of these guys, maybe even Anthony Kay will be safe depending on how he looks. But Fetty, Martin, Burke, count your days, guys. Count your days. But who knows? Perhaps the veterans will go out there and surprise everybody, but I highly doubt it. Noah Schultz, Hagen Smith, and Tanner McDougal, they just got way too much potential to be languishing down in AAA for an entire season. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all feel like the prospects are going to come up and just put a stranglehold put the sleeper hold on a lot of these veterans and push them out of the rotation and take their spots by midsummer or not? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. So listen, the bullpen last season, they blew a lot of saves. I think they blew 24, 25 saves last season. Had they not done such a horrendous job, the Chicago White Sox would have undoubtedly avoided 100 losses for the third season in a row. This season, though, Chris Guest decided to invest a decent amount of capital in relief pitching, and that should improve this team's win-loss record significantly. And we're going to talk about what I think the win-loss record is going to be at the end of this episode. But closer, Seranthony Dominguez is the real deal with World Series experience, World Baseball Classic experience. I expect him to record at least 20 plus saves out of the bullpen. You can book it. All right. Now, Grant Taylor will also prove to be reliable as a setup man. Now, he got starter stuff, but he's going to be coming out of the bullpen as well. And it sucks that the Chicago White Sox lost Mike Vassell already for the season due to Tommy John surgery, but Sean Newcomb and Jordan Hicks will both prove to be depth pieces out of the bullpen. Plus, they got a couple of other guys as well. So, listen, the bullpen is going to be greatly improved this season, and I expect them to hold more games than they did last season to the tune of at least 10 to 15 less blown saves. There you have it. You're hearing it from me. The Chicago White Sox will not blow 20 plus saves this season. It'll probably be in the 13 blown saves, hopefully less than that. If they could get to just, 10 or under, that's playoff baseball right there. So we'll see how it goes, but I do not expect them to blow 25 saves with a healthy, strong arm, very experienced Seranthony Dominguez coming in to close out games, and the rest of these guys looking to be really, really reliable middle relief pitchers. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. How do you feel about this iteration of the bullpen for the Chicago White Sox? Now, moving on to positional players, the Chicago White Sox quietly made some moves to improve the offense in ways that will surprise some of those who haven't been paying attention. Obviously, Munetaka Murakami was a big move. The young slugger from Japan is going to turn heads all summer long, be it positively or negatively, right? Because he's going to hit 30 plus home runs. But he's capable of he's also capable of going out there and hitting 40 or 50 home runs. We saw him do it in Japan. So don't be mad at me for saying that he can hit 50 home runs because he's done it already. Now, if he can quickly adjust to the American game, he'll do it over here too. He'll hit at least 40 and be gunning for 50. Now, there's a huge chance that he'll go out there and strike out more than 150, 160, 170, 180 times, depending on how he adjusts to the velocity of the American game. But I'm hoping he can develop a little bit more plate discipline and draw close to 100 walks this season. Now, Austin Hayes is another key addition who will be sneaky good offensively. His first spring training at bat this season, he went off for a home run. Knocked one right out the park, and I'm expecting him to hit at least 20 home runs for the Chicago White Sox this season. Of course, if he stays healthy, he's going to prove to be an important veteran presence as well for the rebuilding Chicago White Sox. Not completely rebuilding, but they got some pieces to build on, and having a veteran presence like Austin Hayes is going to prove to be important. Now, Luis Robert Jr. is finally gone, opening the door for Luis Angel Acuna to man center field. He's not a lock for the position, but Brooks Baldwin is hurt to start the season. So Luis Angel is going to have an opportunity to prove that he belongs in the majors. We know that he's been going up and down with other organizations. Now he has a chance to prove that he can play consistently for the Chicago White Sox. Now, I'm not sure how he's going to look defensively in center field, but I do know that he is super duper fast. If he's able to get on base by drawing walks or getting hits, he's going to steal bases. And if he stays on this team all season, he's going to steal 30 plus bases. You can book it. That's my prediction for Luis Angel Acuna. He is going to have an opportunity to steal 30 plus bags this year if he can stay on the roster. Now, the rest of the offense will look to build on a strong finish to last season. It all starts with Colson Montgomery, who famously hit 20 plus home runs in 70 or so games last year. If he can start the season hot, expect him to be an all-star with almost 40 or more dingers this year. Now, Lenyn Sosa is going to be benefit from early season injuries and have plenty of opportunities to build off last season's surprisingly strong offensive season. Edgar Quero is going to play a lot more because Kyle Till is hurt. Chase Mydroth is going to have to literally be looking over his shoulders at Sam Antonacci. So he's going to have to start the season really hot because Sam Antonacci opened some eyes in the World Baseball Classic and in spring training for the Chicago White Sox. And you're looking at Andrew Benintendi, he's gonna be out there trying to prove that he still belongs in this major leagues, much less on this team. So all of these guys are going to be playing with a chip on their shoulders, and they're going to try to prove that last season's second half of the year was no fluke and try to be near the top of the league offensively. Now, all in all, though, opposing teams can no longer expect easy wins when they face the Chicago White Sox. Will Venable and company have something brewing on the South Side? So don't be surprised if this team is at or above 500 come the All-Star break. In fact, I'm not a betting man, but if you followed me last season on my channel last season, I told you guys to take the over on the over-under for the Chicago White Sox and wins last year. And if you listened to me, you won some money because they definitely went over their expectations. Now, this season, it is no different. Vegas has the Chicago White Sox at 64.5 wins or 67.5 wins, depending on who you listen to. And I believe they're going to be over that win total once again. Last season, the Chicago White Sox improved by 19 games with the additions of Munetaka Murakami, Austin Hayes, Sir Anthony Dominguez, along with everything else that we discussed a few minutes ago. If this team can stay relatively healthy, even with question marks in the starting pitching rotation, I expect the Chicago White Sox to have another double-digit win total improvement, okay? My predictions on wins is firmly at 75, and they might even win 80 games, but I'm saying the Chicago White Sox are going to win at least 75 games this season. You can book it. Go ahead and hit up DraftKings or whatever you use. Put the Chicago White Sox at the over for their win total. Now, one other prediction I'm going to say is that the MVP for the team is going to be Colson Montgomery. I believe this kid is locked in. Ever since the Chicago White Sox sent him down to Arizona to work on his swing, he has come back as a menace, and he's not going to stop. So I feel as though this man is going to come in and take care of business. Now, there you have it, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about today's content. How you feeling about starting pitching, the bullpen, the positional players? How many wins are the Chicago White Sox going to get? Who's going to be the MVP of this team? It's your boy Big Kev, man. Listen, follow me at Big Kev from the shop, Big Kev from DACHI, Sox Central Pod, White Sox Central, Chicago White Sox Central at gmail.com. And don't forget to follow the rest of the Chi-Town Sports Central family. Hold on, I think I'm getting that email wrong. Oh, Shy White Sox Central at gmail.com. There you go. Shy White Sox Central at gmail.com. Don't forget to follow the rest of the Chi-Town Sports Central family. Type in your favorite Chicago sports team. Put the word Central behind it. You'll find one of us. And you also have NFL Central, NBA Central, the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C-Dub and Bobby live calling the rest of this foregone Chicago Bulls season, even though they winning games that they shouldn't be winning. All right, man, y'all know what it is. It's your boy Big Kev holding it down for the South Side. We go holler at you guys tomorrow. Opening day, baby. holler at me. And then this weekend, I'm gonna do either because they play Thursday, they're off Friday, they play Saturday, so I'll most likely do the Saturday game. It's gonna be a live call. I'll be looking out for that as well. It's gonna be my first live call of the season. We're gonna holler at you guys tomorrow. Peace.
This has been a presentation